Hello, girls and boys. My name is Ina, and today I would like to talk to you about a little bit specific, but I think the topic that every student needs to know, the difference between two constructions, be used to and get used to. I will tell you how we form them, how we use them. Also, we will talk even a little bit about tenses in which we usually use them. And we will talk about their difference and their similarities. Let's start. So, get used to and be used to. We have here get used to, be used to. First of all, let's talk about how we form them and how we use them. And after that, I will explain you why we need to use them, if you don't mind. It's just easier to do, let's say. So how we form it, our form. The form is quite simple. We just take our construction, for example, get used to, and we use it with the subject. The example, she is getting used to. This is our construction, getting used to. And then we can say anything. She's getting used to waking up early. I will explain you this example a little bit later. So she's getting used to waking up early. Construction get used to, we can use in different tenses, in all present simple, in all simple tenses like present simple, past simple, future simple. Very often we can use it in past simple or in present simple, and very often we use it in present continuous. Also, sometimes it's possible to use in present perfect and maybe past continuous. Let's look at be used to. Be used to, how we form it. For example, he, then we used to be in our tense. He is used to, and then we say what he is used to. For example, he is used to waking up early. I will write the same example, but explain you the difference. He is used to waking up early. Construction be used to, usually and regularly we use in present simple, in simple tenses, in simple, present, future, and past. Sometimes it's possible to use in perfect tense, but that's it, I have to say. In most cases, we use it only in simple tenses. This is present simple we have here. Let's talk about usage and actually the difference between them. I'll get my examples, just a sec. Okay, I'm back. So we will look with you at the construction get used to. I want you to remind that get means become and get mean, these both verbs mean to change. So when you are in the process of changing, it's not normal for you yet, but you are in the process of changing. So this is our construction get used to. I will write over here get used to. And the rule for using it, this is when something is becoming familiar, let's say. All right, becoming normal, familiar. So it's not normal yet, but it's becoming normal. The example she's getting used to waking up early. For her, it is still difficult. Maybe for her, it's still not normal. She's not okay with that, but she's in the process of making it her habit. We have here the word habit, which is very important when we talk about these two constructions. So she's working on creating a new habit in her body, in her life. I'm going to read you more examples with this construction. It was difficult at first, but Mike soon got used to working at night. So it became, in the past, got used to working at night. It became normal for him later on. Next. After her husband died, the old woman had to get used to living on her own. This is just infinitive form. I didn't understand the accent when I first moved here, but I quickly got used to it. Don't worry, you will get used to living in the country. It will be okay for you. Sorry. That's it. Well, I guess, yeah. Let's talk about be used to. Be used to. Be used to when something is already familiar for you, is already normal for you, and is already no longer strange for you. It's all right for you, something. For example, he is used to waking up early. That means that for him, it's already normal. He spent, like, I don't know, 21 or 60 days to create this habit, and now he's absolutely fine with that. I will write you here the rule when something, let's say, is familiar. It is familiar, normal, no longer strange. No longer strange. Examples. I'm used to traveling a lot. Like I have a work, and at this work I have to travel a lot, and I'm used to it. It's okay for me. We are used to getting up early. That's already I told you about. Sarah is used to working late at the office. So it's for her, it's all right. I wasn't used to wearing glasses, but it seemed very strange at first. As you can hear, I give you all examples in simple tenses. Sorry. She's used to driving on the left, but I have stopped. Well, it wasn't okay for me. And well, that's it, actually. So one more time. Let's imagine that, let's not imagine, actually, it's fact that used to is an adjective that means normal. So get used to means becomes normal when it's not normal yet, but it's becoming normal for you. And be used to when it is already normal and it is okay for you already. Then we use be used to. In our practice, now I will switch on, PowerPoint presentation. We will have not only these two constructions, but we will have also two more. I would like to remind you them. Actually, you can watch the webinar about the difference between them. I will be very quick now. The construction is used to and would. Used to and would. Both these constructions, both these forms express past habits. Past habits. For example, I used to live in Barcelona. That means that I used to do that in the past and I don't do this anymore. It's not true anymore. Or when I was a child, my dad would always bring a Christmas tree for New Year, and we would always decorate it. Both these constructions describe past habits. The difference between them is that used to, we can use to describe. When we want to begin telling the story, we need to use construction used to. So used to we use for introduction, a story at the beginning. Also, we use it with action verbs and state verbs. I used to sin, and I used to be blonde. To be blonde is a state, sin is an action. And would we can use only for actions and not for introduction, I have to say. Usually when we continue telling. Very often with would we use always. It's like it was very typical because used to has already always inside of it. Oh, sorry. I'm losing my voice somehow. So let's get to our practice. I will switch on now the PowerPoint presentation, and we will practice with you all these 4 constructions. So you can see the title is be used to and get used to, and also sometimes you will have to use used to and what. The first, what you need to do here, you have here, I hope you can see all right, you have here some sentences, and in these sentences you need to use infinitive to or ing ending, as you can see. It's very easy. You have just to understand what is it. Is it just used to about past habits, or it's be used to and get used to, after which we have to use gerund. Go ahead, you have a few minutes to think. So I suppose let's check it. Will be very easy. The first one, when I was a child, I used to dream of being an astronaut. It was your past habit, past state even. I'm terribly nervous. I'm not used to speaking to a large audience. It's not normal for me. It took us ages to get used to living in a block of flats. Like we used to live in maybe in a house, in the country house, and then we had to get used to living in a block of flats. Lots of trains used to stop here, but not many do now. So it was past habit. Didn't Nick used to work on a building site? It's a question about also past habit. There didn't used to be so many soap operas on television. Past habit as well. I'll have an orange juice, please. I'm not used to drinking alcohol. It's not normal for me. David doesn't seem to mind being in hospital. I suppose he has got used to being there. So it became normal for him. Here we have present perfect with this construction. When Laura was at college, she used to have a picture of Elvis Presley on her bedroom wall. Next, please. We have here to make the correct choice. We have options A, B, C, as you can see, and you have to make the correct choice. Well, I hope you had enough time to think of. Let's look. Sharon looks different now, does she? Yes, she used to have long hair, didn't she? So we have here used to, it's just past construction. And we cannot use would because it's a state and not action. I have never driven an automatic car before. You will soon get used to it. It will soon become normal for you. Maybe not now, but it will be. How is Sarah? She's fine. She's getting used to life in the countryside, so she's in the process. It's not normal yet, but it will be. Have you always worked as a nurse? No, I used to be a childminder, so used to be in the past. Do you remember when we were little? Yes, Dad. Yes, Dad would always read us a bedtime story, so it was like a habit. And the last one, aren't you tired? No, I'm used to walking long distances. It's okay for me, it's normal. Let's finish this task. So what we got here? Jane had trouble with her job at first. Yes, she wasn't used to working on her own, so it wasn't okay for her. Did you find your degree course difficult? Yes, but I soon got used to it. It became normal. Do you remember Uncle Danny? Yes, he would always bring us presents. Have you ever lived in a flat before? No, but I will get used to it. Why are you so tired? Because I'm not used to getting up early in the morning. Do you know that man? Yes, he used to work for me in the past. The next task, let's look. We have here Mary. She had to move to Italy for her job. Lucky Mary. At first, she found living in a foreign country quite difficult, but she's slowly getting used to it. Use the prompts below to talk about how she's getting along, as in the example. She wasn't used to living by the sea, but she is used to it now. Or, she still hasn't got used to living on her own. Please think how to describe your situation at the moment. After that, I will help you a little bit, telling you the answers. So let's look. We have already discussed first 2 points. Let's look at the third one. Be away from her family and friends. It's not okay for her. So what we can say? She still hasn't got used to being away from her family and friends. Speak Italian is normal. So she wasn't used to speaking Italian, but she's used to it now. Use a new currency. It's okay. New customs also okay. So what we can say? She wasn't used to using new currency and to new customs, but she's used to them now. Drive on the other side of the road. So she moved like from England, I suppose. It's not normal for her. So we can say she still hasn't got used to driving on the other side of the road. And the last one, hot water, it's okay. She wasn't used to hot weather. Weather, sorry, not water. hot weather, but she's still used to, but she's used to it now. Let's move to our next task. I don't know whether you can see fine or not. I hope you can. We need to rephrase the following sentences using used to. It's not very easy, but it's very useful task. Think about it. We got to move on because we don't have a lot of time and we have still 3 slides left. So let's move. Let's look at the answers. I normally get up early, so I don't find it difficult. The answer is I'm used to getting up early. It's okay for me. The next one. Keith had never lived in a hot country before, so she had a few problems at first. Keith wasn't used to living in a hot country, that's why she had a few problems at first. The next one. It was difficult at first, but eventually I got accustomed, or we can say in our answer, I got used to working for a large organization. When I was young, my father would tell me, or we can say here, used to tell me stories before I went to sleep. She normally felt exhausted, so she used to feel exhausted at the end of the day. In the past, it was past habit. Jan is used to, so he finds it normal, so he is used to sorting out other people's problems. And the last one, when I was a child, I didn't used to like peas, but now I do. The original was when I was a child, I didn't like peas, but now I do. Very easy. Let's look at the next part, please. Again, just a minute, and then we will finish. So what we've got here. Hard work is new experience. So George isn't used to working so hard. It's not okay for him yet. Judy always found it difficult to give people the sack to fire them. So Judy couldn't get used to giving people the sack to fire people. I don't mind driving to work because I do it all the time. So it's okay for me. I'm used to driving to work. Driving on the left was difficult for her at first, but then after some practice, it became less strange. So she wasn't used to driving on the left at the beginning. A local shop sold fresh fish at one time. It closed down years ago. There was a local shop that used to sell fresh fish. Next one. I hadn't cooked a meal so many people. I hadn't cooked a meal, for so many people before, so I was very worried about the results. I wasn't used to cooking meal for so many people. And the last one, I find driving on the left in England very strange. So I'm getting used to driving on the left, or I'm not used to driving on the left in England. And the last one, I'd like you to think at these situations and to try to create, it will be a home test, try to create sentences with these situations. You got married, you got famous, and you got a dog. How your life has changed. Before this happened, I often used to be alone. I never used to sleep with somebody, let's say like that, for example. I was used to something, now I am starting to get used, and but I don't think I will ever get used to something. All right, guys, let's make the conclusion. Think at home how to create these sentences, and so today we discussed with you these constructions: get used to and be used to. Both of them, we talk about some situations. Get, this is when the situation is becoming normal for us. Be used to, when the situation is already normal for us. After these two constructions, we have to use gerund form. We have to use verb with ing ending. As you can see, she's getting used to walking with ing, or he's used to waking up early. On the contrast, we have used to and would, which express past habits. So we did something in the past and it's not true anymore. It's no longer like valid, and after these constructions we use infinitive on the contrast to get used to and be used to. I hope you understood the difference. I hope the information was useful for you. Thank you very much for watching and have a nice day. See you.